Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Retro Fat. My name is Jeremy, and I'm so glad to have you here watching just the 10 of us with us, because that is what we are watching right now. I get more comments than I can reasonably respond to, I guess you could say, without me just taking time to do. But I do want you to know I do read every comment, and there are a few of you who have said things I'm like, oh, I definitely need to respond to this. So please know that I am reading them, I have seen them, and I will be responding. Thank you so much for all of the attention we have been producing for Just the 10 of Us on this channel. The Just the 10 of Us Facebook group has more activity than I've seen in years, and I absolutely love it. All right, let's get to today's episode. This is the 19th episode of the second season, 23rd episode overall. This episode is called Puberty Blues. Now, I have a lot to say about this episode. First, let me share that it was directed by Jim Johnson, written by Rich Reinhardt, and it first aired on April 14th, 1989. The reason why this episode has stuck in my head is because I was roughly JR's age. He might have been a year or so older than me when this show first aired. And by JR, of course, I mean Matt Shackman. The character was, it felt like me. It's like I could easily put myself in this family through JR. And this episode, it's the very classic, boy meets girl storyline. In this case, it's, boy's first love, so to speak. What is especially interesting about this one is that the actress who plays the girl that JR is interested in is Jenny Lewis. If you are anywhere within probably 5 years of my age, I'm currently 43. So I'm gonna say if you're anywhere between 38 and 48, you probably know the film The Wizard, the 1989 classic starring, I have just blanked on his name, but Jenny Lewis, Fred Savage. I could only think Fred. Fred Savage playing the older brother to a younger brother with autism who happens to be a video game savant, and they go on a road trip on their own to compete at the Nintendo World Championship in, I think, Los Angeles, I think is where it was. I actually watched this episode before The Wizard. I'm pretty sure The Wizard, which also came out in 1989, came out during the summer. But the point being, I watched these episodes so many times in reruns in syndication that I pretty quickly realized JR's girlfriend was the young lady from The Wizard. Now, Jenny Lewis, she is still performing today. I think she's more of like an indie rocker than an actress. Her most famous band was Rilo Kiley, but this is a fun episode. I'm really excited about it. It's also, I had two older sisters, much older than JR's older sisters, but I could also kind of appreciate the brotherly, sisterly vibe going on in this episode. So this episode has always been one of my absolute favorites. Thanks for hanging around through that long spiel. Just wanted to share. I'm very excited about this one, and let's dive right into it.
Perfect. I'll get it. Hey, there's a rich, brainy guy in tight jeans at the door selling Bibles. This kid is good.
Rich? Brainy?
Tight jeans?
Selling Bibles? Hey, he's not here. Where the hell is he? Sorry, I need a new Bible.
What, you wore out the tread on your old one?
JR!
Yeah? Are you talking to me? Or what? What's with you people? I spent 2 hours setting this up. You're supposed to scream, go nuts.
Oh no! Woo, woo! How's that?
What kind of girls are you? You're not afraid of blood and pus. JR, we're liberated women. Pus is our friend. Huh!
Yeah, at least you could have done is use a real axe.
Women, who needs them?
JR, one of these days you'll discover that girls are good for something besides scaring.
You mean like ironing or doing the wash?
No, I mean like spaying or neutering.
Yeah. Give me the Give me back my axe. I'll get it. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Pamela Warner. I'm selling cookies.
Now that's what I call a woman.
I remember, again, I was 10, not even, 10 going into 11 when this aired. And I remember being so traumatized is too strong a word, but so shocked that Marie said what for, 10-year-old me in the Bible Belt was a cuss word. That she said, hell. I'm like, oh my gosh, Marie said a bad word. Now, never mind that I had seen Heather Langenkamp in Nightmare on Elm Street, where she says far worse than that. But there's a part of me that still kind of feels it's a little bit out of character for Marie, but I'm okay with it because it very clearly shows that Marie is just as boy crazy as the rest of her sisters. I also have to say, Cindy's outfit is gloriously 80s, and I love it.
It's a race and I know I can win it, 'cause I'm learning the rules of the game. If I can stay on the ball, take it minute by minute, I just might make the Hall of Fame. What can I say? I'm doing it the best I can. Leaning on nobody but me. Oh, seeing it from where I stand. Nothing comes easy. Oh, I'm always bringing home second places at the end of every one of my daisies. A house with all of the faces that keep me doing it the best I can. Yeah, I'm doing it the best I can. I'll keep on doing it the best I can.
Come any closer and I'll scream again.
Really? All right.
Wait a minute. Those aren't real brains.
No, they're tapioca. Here, one taste.
No, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, well, the pasta's white chocolate.
I love white chocolate.
My name's Chair Lubbock. Graham Jr., actually. Everything in my head is edible.
Oh no, my cookies. They're probably in a million pieces.
These look good.
It's pointless.
You're wearing perfume.
It's toilet water.
Well, it smells pretty good, considering.
Sorry I bothered you.
Oh, no, don't go. Tell me about your cookies.
They're broken.
My favorite kind.
You're just saying that to make me feel better.
Oh, no, I'll take every box you got.
Wow, that's 14 boxes. Are you crazy?
Hey, do I look crazy?
Great, that'll be $28.
Okay, here's $20. I'm sorry it smells bad. It was in my sock drawer. Now, if you give me 5 more minutes, I'll be able to get the other $8 if I tell my dad I need, an athletic supporter.
You're so sweet, but you don't have to lie.
Oh, no, it wouldn't be a lie. I do need an athletic supporter.
No, I know I can trust you for the money. Just call me when you've got it. My phone number's written on each box.
Okay, Pamela.
Oh, and if my mom answers, don't mention anything about your brains hanging out or the athletic supporter.
Hey, what are you doing, JR? I'm working here.
Dad, I met a girl and I need money bad.
Well, I've got 7 girls. I need money worse.
You don't understand. If I don't give her money, she won't come back.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What kind of girl is this?
Her name is Pamela. She came to the door selling cookies. All I know is she screamed and I had this uncontrollable urge to give her every cent I've got.
Congratulations. You've hit puberty.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do.
Oh, JR. Don't you think I went through this very same thing when I was your age? Well, maybe not the same thing, but close. No, not even close. But I know what you're thinking, roughly. And let me just say that if you've got any questions about sex, you've come to the right place. I've got a book around here somewhere.
Dad, I don't need another book. The last one scared me. It was a pop-up book.
Well, what do you want to know?
Just tell me what women want. Tell me what they expect from us. Tell me what I'm gonna do with 14 boxes of cookie dust.
Cookie dust?
Yeah, well, she stepped on them and crushed them. Can we stick to the subject?
JR, I understand. I had a girl step on my cannoli when I was 13. It still hurts. So you want to know what women expect, huh? All right, I'll tell you. Better yet, I'll show you. Be a woman, JR.
Do I have to?
Be a woman for your father. Ask me for something that you want.
Dad, can I have $8 for an athletic supporter?
Ask me for a dress, young man, and I mean it.
Dad, can I have money for a new dress?
No, you can't. There, you feel better?
Hey, I do.
Now, ask yourself why.
Because I don't have the right shoes for a new dress?
No. You, a woman, feel better because I, a man, let you know who is in charge. And in the end, I'm going to surprise you with that dress anyway. And if you play your cards right, matching shoes and a purse. Sherry, this doesn't concern you.
Tell me about it.
So what you're saying is women like men to be in charge.
Right. But most men nowadays, they don't get it. They want to be sensitive. They want to have relationships. They want to get in touch with their feelings.
I just want to get in touch with Pamela.
Then go ahead and do it. You're the man. Show her who's in charge. Show her who's the boss.
Graham,
Hi, honey.
I thought you were gonna fix that drain.
Well, I am.
Well, it doesn't look like it from here.
All right. I'm going back to work. Does that make you happy?
Delirious.
Remember what I said, JR? Let them know that you're in charge.
All right, a few things. One, I remembered the joke, but I didn't remember the episode where JR says, I met a girl and I need money bad. I love Graham's comeback of, I have 7 girls and I need money worse. I love that. That's a classic. I have a few thoughts about the scene we just watched. The first is that I really think, and I think this was just kind of a trope of the time of, the dad relaying his wisdom about women to his preteen or teen son. I mean, I'm pretty sure Cosby Show did it. If there was a show that had, Hogan's or the Hogan family, I think if there was a show that had male characters, this happened. I don't 100% buy it though. And I think some of it was part of me is was it the time? Was it simply the 80s that Graham would even pretend to be that sexist? Because we pretty well established that he and Elizabeth, they have a partnership relationship. It is not a sexist thing. Granted, Elizabeth is stay-at-home mom. He, is a teacher. He goes out of the house to work, but this felt very lopsided. It felt very chauvinistic. And I don't think Graham Lubbock is a chauvinist. Now, clearly this was to set up for the joke that Elizabeth comes in and very clearly shows that I'm actually more in charge than you are right now. But I don't know. I liked seeing Graham and JR interact. I liked that a lot. It was fun and it felt very comfortable. I didn't necessarily like the chauvinistic aspect of it, although the joke payoff at the end made it fine. But I don't know. I wonder how this would be handled today, 30 years later.
JR, just read the damn book and ignore the pop-ups.
Sorry, I hate to interrupt so quickly. That's something else that I need to keep a sheet of paper to write this down on. I don't know if it was my dad was like Graham Lubbock. He wasn't. My dad was much angrier. But when I had sex questions, I also was given a book. It wasn't a pop-up book, thank goodness, but I learned about sex before JR's age. I think I was 8, reading a book that my parents checked out for me from the library. That line right there from Graham was just ignore the pop-ups. That was funny. Okay, I won't interrupt again until after the scene.
Dad doesn't know beans about women.
Of course not. If you want to know about women, you've got to ask a woman.
Yeah. Do you know any? Hey, you're a woman.
I wear a dress, don't I?
Oh, please don't bring up dresses. Just answer a question for me and don't make fun of me.
Sure, JR. I had no idea you were in such turmoil.
Okay. How does a guy know when a girl likes him?
Wait a minute. Has our little JR finally set sail on the sea of puberty?
Look, I'm just trying to tread water, okay? What do women like?
Before we get into any of these questions, we must first examine the basic male-female relationship. JR, you're about to embark on a wondrous journey.
Well, I don't want to leave town. I just met Pamela.
The relationship between a man and a woman is a holy one, sanctioned by God. Getting to truly know a person of the opposite sex is a process that shouldn't be rushed.
It shouldn't.
Oh, no. The best way is to forge a religious bond with Pamela. You could share your favorite Bible stories or perhaps go to church fish fries. St. Bartholomew's puts on a whale of a hootenanny. Of course, there's more to dating than just wild times. I know some kids who get together and help monks pack fudge for the holidays. Sure, it's hard work, but it has satisfactions that can't be found in any mere secular activity. Doesn't that sound exciting, JR? JR?
Okay, I forgot about the fudge packing, which was such a recurring joke. And when I was 10, it sailed right over my head. But pay attention to how often Fudge Packers comes up. All I can imagine is that the ABC censors did not get it, because that is funny and not TGIF friendly.
Hi.
JR, what do you want?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking I don't get up here very often to visit my 3 favorite sisters.
Well, it was nice having you. Get out.
Always treat me like I'm a kid. I'm not a kid. I'm a guy about to embark on a wondrous journey.
Let's hear him out. He's leaving town.
Okay, you 3 are women. More or less. What are you interested in?
Right now, throwing you down the stairs.
No, if you weren't my sisters, what would it take for you to be interested in me?
A very, very dark room.
Wait, hold on here, JR. Do you have a girlfriend?
Well, girlfriend's a little strong.
Oh, he does.
This was a mistake.
No. Come back.
No, we're sorry, JR. We're here to help, aren't we, girls? Absolutely. We live for this kind of challenge. What's on your squirrely little mind?
Well, I met this girl, Pamela, and I like her. God help me, I like her. My question is, what do I do to get her interested in me?
You're asking the wrong question.
Oh, great. I don't even know the right question to ask.
The right question is, are you in charge of fate or is fate in charge of you?
Huh?
I believe it's all in fate's hands. From the moment we're born, each of us is set on his or her own separate road. Where that road leads, we know not. Will your road intersect with Pamela's road, or will it merely run parallel with yours until you run out of gas? Who knows?
Oh, great. So for this puberty deal, I need a car?
I think I know what JR should do.
JR, ignore them. What you really need to work on is attitude, body language. Like the way you're standing right now, your body is saying something. What?
What I hear is, I'm a dork.
Now your body is saying, hey, I may be a dork, but I am bad.
Really?
Yeah.
I am bad.
Well, you're getting there. Let's try walking, okay? I will show you attitude. Okay, it's your turn.
I think we're missing the point here.
Cindy, I was just getting somewhere with the boy.
Okay, but I don't see why he doesn't just call her up and ask her someplace.
Call her?
Call me. My phone number is written on each and every box. Call me anytime, big boy.
quality control on these cookies just isn't what it used to be.
Yeah. Dad, are you gonna be sitting watching TV right there for very long?
If your mother doesn't catch me. That stupid coyote, he never learns. Beep, beep.
Pamela? Guess who? No. No. Uh-uh. Nope. I'm gonna make it easy for you. I was the guy with the medulla oblongata hanging out. No, that's part of the brain. Right, I'm the guy who still owes you $8. Look, I was wondering, you wouldn't by any chance want to have dinner at my house tomorrow night, would you? You would? That's great.
Who put the damn phone card here?
What time? How about 7? Sounds good for me. Okay, see you then. Great, I got a date. Now what?
Hi. Mom, is that a roast?
No, it's our dog Hooter. Of course it's a roast. I mean, we do have them on occasion.
What's the occasion tonight?
Well, I really shouldn't tell you because Jared told me this is the strictest of confidence, but he's invited a little friend over for dinner. I think he's kind of sweet on her.
The girl with the cookies?
Yeah, the one he owes money to?
The one he's wearing a dress for?
Oh, you mean you know about this?
No. I don't know anything. I haven't known anything.
Hi, girls. Hi, sweetheart.
Oh, there's my big lover man.
Where? Let me get my hands on it.
No, honey, you.
I still don't know why I have to wear this tie. I'm not trying to impress this girl. JR is.
Honey, our little boy, our firstborn son is bringing a girl home for the very first time. Now, isn't that a special occasion?
I don't know. Let's wait till we see the girl. I'm just kidding. Just make it a little funny. Speaking of funny, JR said the funniest thing to me up in his room just a few minutes ago.
Oh, yeah? What?
You'll get a kick out of this.
Yeah?
He told me to treat Pamela just like I treat the guys that the girls bring home. Isn't that nuts, though? Isn't that funny?
Oh, that depends
On what?
on why you're laughing.
Well, isn't it obvious? Elizabeth, we're talking about a girl coming over to date our son, not some guy coming over to date one of our daughters. Now do you get the joke?
So JR can date whoever we darn well pleases, but all the girls' dates have to be approved by you.
Yes. Elizabeth, don't turn this into one of those women's lib deals.
Honey, all I'm saying is it wouldn't hurt to ask the girl a few questions. You know, find out what her intentions are.
Oh, yeah, you're right. The little slut's probably capable of anything.
This is the humor that made this show stand out. Can you imagine Danny from Full House referring to a 12-year-old girl as a slut, even jokingly? I mean, this... I love it. I love this show. I enjoyed that exchange we had between Graham and Elizabeth, which also makes me think that the earlier scene of just that very classical, stereotypical gender roles was leading into this, with Elizabeth making the case, we should treat this girl just like we treat the boys who want to date our daughters.
JR, quit primping and get your butt down here. Women don't care about looks.
I know I certainly don't. I was just trying to help.
Oh, he looks like a tiny game show host.
Hey, don't make fun of little Don Juan here.
Oh, no, I'm gonna have to share you with all the other women in the world.
Mom, you're not gonna say stuff like that when Pamela's around, are you? That's her.
Gia, there's something hanging out of your nose.
What?
No, there isn't. Go ahead, answer the door.
Hi.
Hiya, come in. Mom, Dad, this is Pamela.
Hello, Pamela. I'm JR's mom, and this is his dad.
You can call me Coach. I hope you're on your toes tonight, young lady. I got some pretty tough questions for you. I want to make sure you're not going to take advantage of my son.
And we're his sisters, too numerous and too embarrassed to be listed by name. Hi.
Would you like to sit down so we can talk and get to know each other a little bit better?
matter, JR? Your shorts creeping up on you? So, Pamela, ever spend any time in prison?
So, Pamela, I understand that you're quite a little salesperson.
There's no skill involved in selling to JR. He's easy.
Thank you.
Well, enough chit-chat. Let's check your purse for weapons.
Remember that movie Scanners, when the guy's head exploded, just splattered everywhere?
Yeah?
Well, I can do that.
Wow.
Yeah, well, speaking of splattering, I better check on what's keeping the roast.
All right, I have a question. I think I speak for everyone. Exactly what do you see in our weirdo?
Well, I really don't know much about him, but I'm sure he's a very good coach. Not the big weirdo, the little one. JR? JR's not a weirdo. He's a fox. Define fox.
Dinner's gonna be a few minutes yet. I understand cheap meat is unpredictable.
That's one of my favorite jokes, and I'm glad they gave it to Connie. I don't know if anybody else could have delivered it with quite that same punch. Not the big weirdo, the little weirdo. I also like seeing all of the sisters kind of just joining together in this force, and I am already about to have so much secondhand embarrassment from this next scene, I think.
Oh, and here's a picture of JR at his kindergarten graduation party.
It was a costume party?
No.
I think we've seen enough pictures.
No, I'm enjoying it. Sure, the one where you can see his butt.
Or not the one from last year's family reunion.
He did it there, too?
He does it everywhere.
Honey, I think the roast is done. It stopped barking.
Graham, please.
So, what are we doing? Looking at pictures? You think that's a smart idea, JR? What with all those shots of your butt?
Graham, I need you in the kitchen.
Isn't that great? After 20 years, she still needs me. Look, gotcha.
Have I shown you the front porch?
Forget the porch. Show her this. Blah.
What are you doing? Oh, come on, JR. Sherry can't spill it. That's your oldest trick. The beaker of blood that will not spill.
Well, that's true. It's my own invention.
Invention?
Yeah, well, you see, even if you hold it completely upside down, there's absolutely no chance of it spilling whatsoever. See, it works like this. This you scream at? The axe guy got nothing, but this you scream at.
JR, this is truly horrible.
Fine. Embarrass me all you want. But do it without me.
He's so sensitive.
Go away. I refuse to be humiliated in front of Pamela again. She was the first girl I ever cared about.
JR, it's me, Pamela.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
JR, let me in. You have nothing to be embarrassed about.
Yeah, well, if all of your dates turn out like this, you've got something to be embarrassed about.
I've never had a date before.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, please, come in. Please, have a seat. You know what I mean.
Too bad about your jacket.
Yeah, well, it'll wash out. It's just a little corn syrup with some finger paint mixed in.
It looks so realistic.
Yeah, we should see my vomit.
I'd love to.
I had that planned for later tonight, after the meal. I want you to think I was somebody special, not some jerky little kid.
JR, you're not a jerky little kid to me. I think you're cool.
You do?
Yeah, and the pranks and monster makeup don't make you look childish. They make you fascinating.
Yeah, that's the way I see it.
For your information, my whole Trail Rangerette troop drew straws to see who would try to sell cookies at your house.
And you lost?
No, I won.
Really?
Yeah.
I won too. You want to go down to dinner?
Yeah, but before we do, there's something I have to ask.
Oh, anything.
Do you have the $8 you owe me for the cookies?
Yeah, well, I could only come up with 4.
It's okay. You can give me the rest when we go to the movies next week.
The movies?
Yeah, preferably a horror film.
All right.
Quite a night, huh, JR?
Yep. Quite a night.
Well, it's nice to finally have another man around the house to talk to.
Who?
You!
Oh.
But don't think you got it knocked. What you went through with that girl tonight is just a preview.
It gets worse?
Oh, much worse. It's always the same story. A guy meets a girl and thinks, this one is special. He senses some sort of a mystical connection with her. So he asks her out, and she accepts.
Yeah.
But that's not the end of the story. Oh, no. Then he starts doing weird things to impress the girl.
I already do weird things.
No. I mean, really weird things. He eats raw fish that he wouldn't use as bait just because she likes sushi. He wears a necktie around the house, even when he's supposed to be relaxing. He learns to do the cha-cha. But worst of all, he buys her things that he can't pronounce with money that he can't afford to spend, and he's happy about it. And what does the poor schlub get for his trouble? Heartburn, sore feet, and enough debts to send him to an early grave.
But it's worth it?
Yeah. And you know why it's worth it? Because we're in the driver's seat. We're in control.
We're in control.
We're men.
Men!
This time you wash, I'll dry.
Right.
All right, that episode definitely held up. I enjoyed it a great deal. We don't get as many JR and Sherry episodes as we do episodes centered on the other characters. And it's always nice when we do get them. I also enjoyed getting to see Jenny Lewis. Again, a lot of flashbacks from The Wizard. If by some miracle you haven't seen The Wizard and you're a child of the 80s at any level, you definitely need to watch The Wizard. All right, next week's episode is the last episode of season 2. It's called Rock and Roll Fantasy. It is a Lubbock's Babe episode, and it's one that really showcases Joanne Willette, Heather Langenkamp, Jamie Luner, and Brooke Theus. One thing I have to share, just in anticipation, because I think a few of you, I've seen comments on the Facebook group. People love Wendy and the Butler. That's part of next week's episode. It was cut from syndication. That theme song, it has somehow like stuck in the collective memory of all of us Just the 10 of Us fans. These episodes are uncut. So next week, you will get to see Wendy and the Butler. I love this show so much, and part of the reason I enjoy this show so much is the principal cast on this show. They're just amazing. Like, nobody will ever convince me that Bill Kirchenbauer did not have just an absolute blast filming this episode. I mean, the joy was just palpable. The 4 older girls felt like sisters to JR, and it's just, this show is fantastic. But we still have one episode left and an entire season to go. We still have more than half left. This was episode 23. We still have 24 episodes to go. So we're not done yet. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.